I'm about to feed him to the sharks right now. Get him hype right now. Yeah. You know the ground is up. Yeah. Everybody that trains, you know the game. Yeah. So let's get it. Slap it up, bump it, and roll. Hey. Yeah, that's the way that it go. Ain't no better way to better yourself in this game. You're feeling the growth. That's time on the mat. We put in the work. Believe it ain't easy, I know. But we train for the love of the game, the love of the art. Now slap it up, bump it, let's roll.
Welcome to episode 120 of the BJJ Campaign podcast. My name's Jeff Boone. I'm an A3 purple belt, 3 stripes.
Phil Coors, A2 purple belt, 3 stripes.
I think, Phil, what we're doing on our episode regularity is every stripe we get, we do an episode.
Yeah, kind of recap the last stripe.
Yeah.
The moment that
every 6 months.
we really knew we were supposed to get the stripe.
Yeah. That's funny. Gordon Ryan update.
I don't even see his name anymore.
He's got to be instructional.
This just doesn't sound appealing.
I mean, why not? He's learning from Marigali. It's basically Marigali's instructional. Wonder if he's splitting the cash with him.
Probably not.
I don't know. Maybe.
Did Marigali win? Did he submit everybody or almost everybody?
Did not submit one of the people, I do believe, in the pans. He won.
You made it sound like he didn't get any submissions. I think what you mean is there was one person he did not submit.
I thought that's what I said. Did I not say that? He submitted everyone but one person.
You said did not submit one person.
He didn't submit one. Of all of his matches, he only didn't submit one person. Sorry. You're right.
That's what I thought. It sounded right. A little.
Yeah, you're 100%
could be taken
right.
two ways. Yeah. Okay. It's one of those I hear things backwards.
Well, I said it backwards. That's why.
Yeah, he's so good. What is he? I didn't watch any of the matches or anything. I assume
Great matches. No, I mean knee chokes. Yeah, like once god awful bow and arrow choke. Looked like the guy's head was going to pop off.
Yeah. I figured because a lot of the times I see Danaher post with his pictures, it's usually in relation to like him on the back with the gi.
I think he might have got a cross choke too from Mount.
Yeah.
I think he did.
I'm not sure that move works.
Mysterious. It never works.
Not sure about that one.
Hodger Gracie and Marigali, the only two that can make it work.
Well, that's I think what one of the posts Danaher made that I was scrolling a while back was like that run kind of rivals Rogers, like going through and submitting everybody like that. Absolutely. It's crazy.
It at least puts him,
in the gi, those submissions like just don't happen.
I know. Well, I don't feel like people work for him.
Yeah.
Yeah. But Marigali, I do believe, correct me if I'm wrong, I think he is a Hodger Gracie black belt.
Oh, I don't know.
I think he is. Yeah. So I think.
Well, that's weird. I guess
maybe not.
The affiliation, because I thought isn't Rogers in England, right?
Yeah. But before he left for England, I think. I don't know. Now I'm down myself on that.
Yeah, I don't know what that timeline is.
I'm gonna look it up though. Whenever we have a lull,
I would believe like affiliated would make sense.
Yeah.
But he just seems so young, and I thought I understood Roger's been over there for quite a while.
Yeah, I think he has. Because when he was winning all those world championships, he was there.
Yeah, I thought Marigali was like 25 or something.
I think you're right. Yeah, I think he's pretty young.
Yeah.
But yeah, so
that's cool though. He's so good.
Very good. Very good. Whenever I was his uki that one morning, the 6:30 a.m. class that I went to, when I was down there in October, his like control to the back, it was miserable. Just being there. He's like, "And you want to hold your weight on him?" And he was like, "Now Jeff, get up." I was like, "Yeah, I'm trying to get up." He's like, "No, get up." I was like, okay, here you go. See, he's big and strong and he can't get up. Like, yep.
That's funny. From like a turtle, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
from that turtle position.
I think I remember you talking about some of that stuff.
It was actually trying to build up to turtle position. Whenever they have your back. Mm-hmm. That was what he was actually doing the pressure on. So it was good. It was fun. We had a good time.
Yeah, he's crazy good. So Gordon's coming out with a gi instructional on what? Breaking grips?
No, I don't know. I just saw it. I just saw him doing something in the gi for BJJ Fanatics, and I think it was passing, maybe.
I saw an ad. So it is on Breaking Grips. I saw an ad.
It is on Breaking Grips?
No, I'm making that up.
Oh,
because
okay.
it's a passing.
Oh,
it's like
yeah.
all his
So,
passing.
yeah, you're
like
right.
how you break the
Exactly.
spider guard grips.
Exactly.
So he apparently came out with a leg locks one.
Who?
Gordon. I saw one.
For gi?
No, it's just a no-gi leg lock one. It was like a post where in the ad it was like, oh, after 7 years we're finally releasing.
Well,
he has a leg lock. It's expensive.
I'm sure it is. But didn't we? I thought he already had. Was that Danaher's that we were doing, the leg lock one?
Danaher's had one out for a long time.
Yeah.
That you have.
Yeah. Okay,
yeah.
that's the one. So it's the same thing. Why would
I'm sure it is. Just better.
maybe you
I
never know.
promise you it's better. It's better to watch.
Yeah. Well, duh.
Better to watch. But yeah, it was expensive.
Was it really like what, $200?
No, it was like $400.
No,
I
but
think
that well with the daily deal though.
Yeah, that's true. I didn't consider that. I didn't consider the daily
That's
deal.
like
this one time.
$79.
That'll never be on the daily deal. You know who's on the daily deal?
Who?
People I've never heard of before.
Yeah,
I
that's
just
true.
don't see a lot of Danaher stuff on that daily deal.
That's
and if
true.
it is, it's never lined up with like when I would buy them because I like to do the two first.
Right.
Like you're never going to see this price again that they do every 3 weeks.
Right.
And the daily deal because they let you combine them.
Right.
Or they used to. I don't know if they still do. They might have caught on.
I'm sure they do. Their marketing department is pretty good.
Yeah.
I feel like they know what they're doing in that regard. It gets me every time.
It works so good.
I don't unsubscribe to the text. Get them 8:30 in the morning. I'm opening my eyes. I'm like, what?
3 in the same day. You're never going to see
Another
this again.
BJJ Fanatics deal.
Yeah,
All
I'll
right.
take a look. I'll take a look. Let me just watch this.
Happy
Just watch
St.
this for a
Patrick's
minute.
Day.
Yeah. So, yeah, he came out of the leg locks one and some escapes one. Apparently, they're his newest. But I just haven't seen the hype. He hasn't been hyping up his instructionals. I'm assuming he just doesn't need to.
No,
He used to like really
I think what he
like.
said was he paid like over $1 million in taxes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I saw that on one of his posts.
Yeah. I mean,
Good
he's
for
putting
him.
out. What do you think he did? 4 or 5 instructionals over the last like 2 or 3 years? And he said he sold $1 million on the first day of one of them. So
Easily. Like he was saying, I think he was getting like $300,000 to $500,000 a month.
plus all
from-
those NFTs he made.
Yeah, that's.
Maybe
Man,
now's a really good time
I
to buy
should
that.
have bought that. I should have bought.
I think are they still doing it? Fine.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I feel like I haven't heard anything. I mean, anything about NFTs
Yeah.
lately.
No.
I feel like that scam was exposed.
Yeah. It's fun while it lasted. Yeah. I don't know. I went back to rewatch we talked about yesterday, the Zanji one. Some parts of it just to pick out a couple things.
The Diamond Guard.
Yep.
Yep.
The pedal. And yeah. I like that one a lot. The calls the side close guard kind of like halfway to the back, that position.
I
try to
always
work
think of
that
that. I always think of that whenever I'm defending. You know,
The diamond
that's-
idea?
Yeah,
Yeah.
always. It's like, oh yeah, that works.
Yeah, I've never watched his escape stuff, which is all based on that. But I'm sure it's good. I like a lot of his stuff that he does.
I rewatched his. I think it was 2020 or 2021. 2020. 2020 or 2021? No, 2020 AEDCC match with Buchecha. I rewatched that. It was a fantastic match. Buchecha won, but it was a really, really good match. It was incredible. I mean, he was doing everything that he does in those instructionals, you know?
Yeah, surviving.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah, it was really good. It was really good. Really good match. I suggest everyone watch it. I think it was 2020. Was that one?
I don't think it was.
Was
I think
it 2021?
2019. I think
Or was it 2019? It was the
Yeah.
last, not this one, but the last one before that. 2019. I
think
guess
it
it
was
is 2019. I think you're right. But yeah, and you know what, Philly, I might be seeing Gordon Ryan in this next week.
You think so?
Yeah, I mean, if Danaher's gone. You know, Gary Tonin, Dan, or him will come teach the classes at Enzo Gracie Austin.
Mm-hmm. Why would he be gone?
Oh, I don't know. He was gone a few times. Like we had guest instructors, you know.
You see your buddy Big Dan just won something.
Saw ADCC Ottawa.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. He had all submissions but one. Those dudes looked huge in that picture.
Yeah,
Did you not see that one dude that got second place? That guy looked like
that was the guy you were working with, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. That's the one we took me and Roland took the private class with the heel hook, leg lock heel hook escapes. It was really, really good. Really, that was fun. I'm glad we did that.
That's what I thought. So he looked familiar, and
he's a great teacher
when
too.
they said Dan, and he was real big.
Yeah.
Big Dan. I put it together.
Yeah.
I did the math.
I still can't say his last name.
Yeah. Don't need to.
Yeah.
It's Dan.
Everybody knows.
First name Big.
Yeah. Yeah. But he's really, really good at teaching. I mean, he was, you know, very succinct, very, you know, very Danaher-esque in his teaching, not his instructionals. You know what I mean? But yeah, which you would expect, right? So, but that was a lot of fun. And he even showed Roland and I his blade that Danaher got him for his belt. It's called a bone crusher because he apparently on the squad he has the most breaks of anyone. Not that he's proud of that. It was just that his breaking power is very strong. So he got him bone crusher. It was a sweet, huge, sharp knife. It was all, you know, I'm a knife guy. I love knives, so it was pretty cool.
Yeah, that is cool.
Yeah.
What are you focusing on this time down?
So like last time, just taking his classes and really being meticulous about A, taking notes after, and B, trying to video everything that we do so that's not lost, because it's been a great kind of archive. Elijah did when we were down there. He made a YouTube page for us, and I've just got it on. I got it saved under his profile, that anytime I go to his profile, I hit the YouTube link, boom, it's up there, all the stuff that we did, you know, so that he's going to be down there again this time. So I'm sure we'll do that again. Sebastian Attard, the Australian ADCC champion, he's going to be there again. He's training too with us, so that's going to be fun. And he's bringing one of his main training partner with him.
Cool.
So we'll definitely, and we're staying in a house together. Man, this should be a reality show. Why don't we get some cameras going down there?
I don't know what's stopping you.
I didn't even think of that. I got 3 days to get things together. Let's figure it out. Put iPhones everywhere. Take my iPad. Just keep them up. Like the chicken. Live stream it. Just like the chicken guy.
That is brilliant.
I hope everyone knows that there is a live stream on YouTube that just is looking at a chicken coop. Is there more than one?
I'm sure there is. Yeah.
Well, this guy was pretty popular. He was getting millions of views.
Oh, that's crazy.
It's just live streaming chickens in their coop. It's kind of funny.
Well, it's because they're hilarious.
Well, obviously you think so.
Obviously millions of people think so.
Obviously millions of people think so. Yeah. But so I'm going to concentrate on that. I know it's hard for you to believe, but you know, last time I was fairly bashful about asking whenever Danaher does story time, because I always just want to listen, because I feel like there's a lot better people in the room asking questions, you know. But I'm going to I'm definitely, one of the things that I'm going to ask him about are the overhead sweep things that we've been doing lately, that thanks to Nick and you, I've realized that's a big part of my game when I didn't before. You know what I mean? But it is, and it has been for quite a while. So why not refine that and do something that seems to be having a little bit of success, refine it and make it better, because obviously it's something I like, you know? So I'm just going to focus on the stuff I like, and then focus also on the stuff. There's not really anything I don't like, but the stuff that I'm not particularly good at, to try to get the details that I need. I feel like I did that last time, with triangles and arm bars.
Yeah, I remember you
in
talking
particular,
about that. Yeah.
That made my triangles and arm bars a lot better. So I don't know what position that's going to be. Maybe omoplata. Maybe I don't know. I don't know what it's going to be yet, but I'll certainly recognize it whenever I get there, because it's always the one where he doesn't. I'm like, how does this 55-year-old guy who barely has hips and knees move like that, and I can't? Well, the answer is that's incorrect. I should be able to. And so just figuring those things out instead of, whereas before I would kind of be like, I'll come back to that. Mm-hmm. I'm not going to come back to it. I'm going to do it.
Makes sense. Good idea.
You know?
Mm-hmm.
Anything else? Any other suggestions?
No, I think I like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've thought it out, you know. I mean, I feel like I've got a decent plan going in. I don't think it's, you know, too much of a rote plan, but I think it's one that, because we had a plan going in last time and it worked, like, why not keep that same or similar plan,
Mm-hmm.
you know, for improvement.
Yeah, I think the notes is a good idea. Not that you ever go back to read them. It's just like, apparently you just remember stuff so much better when you write it down.
Yeah. Yeah. And it was nice because we would each, like me, Elijah, and Roland, we would each write it down. Mm-hmm. And so I know Sebastian's doing the same thing. So now we'll get to, like, and we would compare each other's notes, and I'd be like, oh, I forgot that.
Yeah.
And then they would be like, oh, I forgot that, you know? So it was good to have that, because then we would do the videos and then we would be able to incorporate everything into it. So it's it was kind of good.
Yeah, that's good. And they do late morning and an evening class, right?
10. So I'm gonna try. My plan while I'm there, because I'm only there 9 days, is to at least 4 of those days get into Marigali's gi class at 6:30 a.m. I know, bold, isn't it? You know, I love the mornings. And then the 10 a.m., 6 p.m.
Okay.
So, and then I'll miss the 6 p.m. on Thursdays because Sebastian is competing in the Thursday night jiu-jitsu at 10th Planet, Austin, that they do every Thursday night. Mm-hmm. So he's already got matches in that. So I've got to give him his taglines. I'm not really coaching him. I just give him his taglines. Mm-hmm. If anybody looks up Eb Says, I gave him all the brilliant taglines that he used in the last one. So, what was it? He was like,
he said, boomerang.
Yeah, I'm like a boomerang. If I don't get you from the front, I'll get you from the back. He's Australian, folks. So yeah. So we'll be going there, which is awesome. And by the way, for anyone listening, you too can view it on YouTube, the 10P ATX live stream that's on every Thursday night. Really good matches too. Some really, really good. A lot of the junior members of like B Team and New Wave and 10th Planet, they compete there a lot. So it's really good matches, high quality matches, well thought out. So looking forward to that. Then I'm also going to go to Joe Rogan's comedy club, the Comedy Mothership, on there.
Oh yeah,
at least one night.
Okay.
Yeah.
You don't have a plan though? Like you don't?
I already tried to get tickets to Kill Tony. That I tried it like a month and a half ago, and they were already sold out. So that's what I really wanted to see. You know, that's the kind of panel of comedians and stuff.
Okay.
But yeah, maybe I'll show up for that and see if I can talk her by my way in. Mm-hmm. You know, one way or another.
Yeah, I'm sure it'll work out. That's cool.
If it does, it does.
3 days though. I mean, if anybody can pull off the nap schedule though, it's you.
Oh, duh.
Just come
you
back
know
and
me.
sleep for 2.5 hours. You'll be fine.
Obviously.
Yeah.
6:30 to 8. It's perfect. I got 8 to 9:30. Get up. We're only like 0.8 of a mile from.
Oh, really?
From the place, so we can it's nothing to get there. Our Airbnb is only 0.8 of a mile, so pretty stoked about that.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. So you just basically 6:30 to 8, you said. So then you have 2 hours. Well, then 10 o'clock.
10 o'clock?
You're not going to sleep in between those two.
Yeah.
But you'll have the...
Yes, I will. I'll sleep for at least 45 minutes. For sure.
You think so?
100%. That's what I did last time. Every time.
Okay.
I went to like 4 of them. Maybe 6 of Marigolles whenever I was there last time. But I would try to get to at least one. My goal was Tuesday, Thursday every week, and I think I made it at least one of those days every week, and then a couple times I made it Tuesday, Thursday.
Okay.
But he does it every morning, so yeah. So yeah, no, it'll be fine. I'm gonna probably do one of those recovery IV thing. They have that stuff all down there in Austin. So maybe like 4 or 5 days into it, I'll do that. Massage, do something.
What is that? And what is that?
The stuff where they give you an IV drip of like NAD and just stuff that helps you recover.
Probably smart.
Yeah. I mean, try it. You know me. I'm a sucker for something like that.
That's right. You are.
I really am.
Yeah. You just take cold showers.
That's a good idea. It's a good idea.
That
Hate the cold showers.
Yeah.
I'd just rather get in an ice bath.
I don't know if you could just do that anywhere, though. Can you just do that anywhere?
Yeah, I mean, you could. I mean, we've got a tub. You know, fill it up with cold water, put some ice in it, boom. You're in there. We'll definitely do that. Have to film that.
Yeah. That was you sent me the clip about, what was it, Huberman talking about that? People don't want to do it just because they're being a big baby.
Yeah.
I feel like I told you that from the beginning. Has that not been clear? I'm scared of being really cold. I'm not doing it.
No, I think you implied that your being really cold was worse than anyone else being really cold. I think that's what your implication was.
Well, do you understand why?
I'm sorry?
Do you understand why?
No.
Because if you're really cold, I don't give a shit.
Good point, bud.
It just doesn't affect me the same way.
Yeah, that's for sure.
That's why it's way worse
than me doing it. It's a really good point.
Yeah, I may have not understood that at the time I said it.
Yeah,
but that's what it was.
Yeah,
yeah. I don't want to be cold.
Yeah, no,
ever.
I get that loud and clear.
I've been sore a lot.
Nobody wants to be cold, by the way.
Yeah, I've been sore a lot. Never sore enough where I'm like, that's now a good idea.
If someone said, you've got to wait a week for the soreness to subside, or you can get in this cold tub for 2 minutes and it'll be subsided in 15 minutes, what's your choice?
It would have to be really bad. And I don't know that I've ever experienced it. Although that tailbone thing, like if that had stuck around, that was bad. But that was only for like one day. Whatever was happening with my neck and like my butt hurt. Like I was sitting down, standing up.
You were
walking.
Just trying to grow a tail. That's what it was.
That would have been so cool. Imagine if I had a tail. I'm like trying to pass the guard and I just like push you with my tail.
I got the grip.
Yeah, that day sucked. Then maybe. I've just never really had anything where it would have like made that much of an impact, I guess.
It does make you feel so much better afterwards though. Like you feel like $1 million. Are you going to go to the UFC with us?
No.
Why?
Ben Askren's not going to make this one.
He is not going to make this one, no.
Or Mighty Mouse. I would watch Mighty Mouse.
He's in one championship, so he's not going to be there either.
So this is like the two people I think are cool.
Do you watch him on Twitch ever?
No.
You know, most of the people don't even know he's a fighter.
I do. I saw a post. Why I asked, I saw a post this morning. I've been getting more like jiu-jitsu stuff on Twitter recently, and this one was about, I guess he beat Henry Cejudo, and he's like the only person to beat him, I think.
Yeah, he is the only. I think he's the only person.
That's how I took it, and he like apparently was streaming on Twitch or something, and was like, "All right, guys, I gotta go." And then he did that. He beat Henry Cejudo, and like came back, and then just played more video games later. He just apparently plays video games all the time.
Yeah, he does. He does.
Yeah,
he's good at them too. Obviously,
sure he is.
Yeah, I mean,
you just got to play him a lot, and you'll get good at him. But
right? True. That is true.
Is he still winning in that other one? ONE FC?
Yeah, man. He's actually got a rematch. This is a trilogy because the
Did he lose one?
yeah, he lost the first one. This Brazilian kid, I cannot remember his name. This Brazilian kid is incredible.
Wow.
Like he beat Mighty Mouse handily beat him
Really?
in all 4 of 5 rounds, and then Mighty Mouse came back and lit this kid up and
Think it was a
knocked him
training
out.
issue?
No, it wasn't a training. It just he hasn't been exposed to someone on his level for so long. I think that's really what it was. And this kid is on his level.
That's what I mean. Like, you think he just didn't train as hard? Because, like, he just.
I think the guy always trains like a beast. But,
Yeah.
I think that when you have that mindset of I can't be beat, it's a good mindset to have. But maybe there is some sort of
When he lost
unconscious complacency there.
Yeah. That's kind of what I mean. It's like,
Yeah,
it's got to
maybe
be
there's
be hard to keep it up when no one's like. But when he lost to Henry Cejudo, it was only Twitter comments, so I don't take him seriously. But they were saying they thought he won the second fight too. Must have been decision.
It was a very close fight.
Yeah,
is
okay.
what I remember. I don't remember thinking anyone was. I remember thinking after that, either of them could have won that fight.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, that's what I remember.
Mm-hmm. They're both.
But it's been a long time ago. That's been 5 years ago, maybe something like that.
Yeah, because I think that was when Ben Askren was like joining. He was leaving.
Yeah. So he's been one. So he lost the championship belt. So now these guys they're going to run it back. I don't know. I mean, because he's like 37 or
Who's
something.
the new heavyweight guy? I keep seeing a lot of tweets about some young guys like knock 6 people out in a row or something. I said for UFC.
For the UFC? I don't know.
You don't even know? All right.
No, but the Charlotte card is heavyweights. It's Rosenstruik and a newer up and comer. Maybe it's that guy.
Apparently it was like 6 is a white dude, young, like 6.
Not Brazilian dude, because I think this guy's Brazilian that he's fighting.
He's like Marigali Brazilian then.
Yeah.
Maybe because he was white.
Right. Okay. Yeah, maybe.
Is that politically correct? Marigali Brazilian?
Yeah, I mean he's
Am I
a
allowed to say that?
Paulista, I believe.
I don't know what that means.
Marigali.
Never heard
I
that
think
word.
that's what they associate more of the light skin Brazilian. I think that's okay. I mean, what are they going to cancel us, Phil? Fuck, are they going to cancel 20 people who listen to this thing? I think everybody will forgive us for that.
Yeah, I mean you knew exactly what I meant.
Yeah, they're called Paulistas. That's
Yeah,
what the
I've never heard that word
Brazilians
before.
call them. Yeah,
But
From
yeah.
Sao Paulo.
But I can't remember the guy's name, but he was just a younger guy, and they were showing just some clips. They were basically, the argument I was reading on Twitter was saying that people are just like trying to cancel Ngannou because like he hasn't done anything yet, and like trying to like say this guy's a better matchup for John Jones than Ngannou would be, and that this kid should fight before Stipe for John Jones.
Well, that's not happening because the Stipe fight's already set.
Yeah. And then John Jones says he's going to retire, but that's probably
Not
just for money.
not the British guy, right? Not
Maybe.
Aspinall, Tom Aspinall. Yes, that guy. But he hurt his knee last out. That dude's a stud.
Okay.
Tom Aspinall's a stud, and he
might
is.
be it.
I believe he is undefeated, but he did hurt his knee in his last outing.
Okay.
I think he's a Hodger Gracie black belt.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Tom Aspinall. I'm okay.
Okay.
I'm
That
getting
would
it.
be interesting if
Yeah.
he was a Roger black belt.
I think he is. I think he
cool.
is. Yeah. But and a phenomenal striker too.
Yeah. That's kind of the
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah, Tom Aspinall, that's the guy. Yeah, he's
Okay.
a stud. He's an up and comer for sure. I wouldn't want to feed him to John Jones yet though. I think that matchup could wait another year.
You think John Jones retires or no?
I don't think so.
You saw him say it.
He did?
Yeah.
No, I didn't.
He said his next fight's his retirement fight.
Come on,
That's
dude.
what I said.
After Stipe or before or
After Steve, he said his next one's his retirement fight. He's like, this is the one to go out on.
he's going out after the Stipe fight.
That's what he says.
Not one more fight after that. That seems nuts.
I mean, that sells pay-per-views though. So like that's why.
I mean, obviously
Brett
that's a
Favre retired
marketing
couple
scam.
times, you know what I mean? Like
I mean, I would do the same. That's good. Yeah. Yeah, that's smart.
that's what I
Because
think.
who's going to be disappointed if he comes back?
Yeah.
Nobody.
Well, I was gonna retire, and then you offered me a lot more money. I am back for one more fight.
For
That's
another
what
5
somebody
fights.
said. Who else said that recently? George St. Pierre was saying that. It's like I would never come back, but if it was like a one-off for like a charity or something, I would do it.
Well, I mean, St. Pierre, I mean, I don't know if you follow him on Instagram, but he's
insane.
always freaking training. That dude's
Whenever I
always in
I don't
shape.
really follow any. I don't go on Instagram, but like whenever it opens up, like once every 6 months, I look and he's doing some weird acrobatics in or around an ice tub, and I'm like,
Yes.
that guy's insane.
Yes, he is.
Yeah.
Yeah. He was just down at New Wave training down at Roca with
Yeah.
them. They were
Do you
doing
think
all
you can
these-
talk to them about the name?
Roca?
No, New Wave.
New Wave?
I've never
I
liked
like it.
Don't know if you do.
Not really.
Yeah.
Not really.
It's just never, that just didn't work for me.
Yeah, no. I know it didn't. I know it didn't.
I was hoping for more pushback there. Okay.
And look. It's a new wave of jiu-jitsu. That's what it is.
Is it?
Yeah. And they were surfing in Puerto Rico, so
That's true. That was true.
so you know, it's the water.
Mm-hmm.
Now they're in Austin. There's not really much water there. I guess there's lakes there, but I don't know.
Yeah.
So let's talk about Phil. I got really energized by a comment you made to me the other night.
Barambuno.
Not that one.
You got excited when I said it.
I did get excited when you said Barambuno. I did get excited, but that's not the one I want to talk about. Maybe we can come back to that one. But no, you know, I've been getting excited about the weapons self-defense stuff because I think it's fun.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you know, I hope I never have to use any of that stuff, right?
Mm-hmm.
But I think it's fun, and I've just kind of it kind of was I kind of got enthused about it with like seeing Dan Bailey's at headquarters and Mark in his teaching, and it just really I really started to enjoy it, you know. Whereas before, you know, it was part of the curriculum. I did it. I tried to be good at it, you know, but it wasn't something that I was actively seeking. But when we were in class the other night, you're like, I think a really important comment, and I was really happy about it. You said you made that fun,
Mm-hmm.
you know, because I think sometimes we forget, especially when we're there, fundamentals or everything. We should probably be making everything fun,
Mm-hmm.
you know. Because if that got you energized, think about somebody that hasn't done it as long as you. They're going to have a blast doing that if you got energized over it, you know. So I think that was I was really happy about that comment. I was like people gotta. I feel like I do that as a training partner on the regular.
I think you do. I think you do a really good job of it. I'm not as good at it. I don't do well, just personality wise, with newer people. Like it needs to be somebody that I've trained with a few times before I'm like opening up and just joking around. I just don't.
But I'm not saying with yes, of course you
But I
should with
agree
newer
with you.
people. But I'm saying with your everyday training partners, you know, to
Mm-hmm.
have. I think most of us do, but you know, I don't know. I think that's really important. I think that we haven't talked about that a lot.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, what do you mean? We haven't talked about that a lot. It should
On
just,
here,
it
we
should
just
just be fun.
Huh?
It should kind of just be fun.
Jiu-jitsu is fun.
Yeah.
Very fun.
Where I struggle though is those situations where like I'm not in them. Like I'm training for a maybe. I'm not training because like I'm gonna do this later. I have a hard time, but that's probably just because of my lack of disciplined personality. Where like I have a hard time like working towards a long term goal. That's a really weird way to say knife defense because that's not my long term goal. But like doing something where I'm like I'm not going to be immediately benefiting from it. Hopefully. I don't know. I've always struggled with those. I just haven't really The interest isn't there the same way as something that I want to do right now because it's fun.
Mm-hmm.
Because jiu-jitsu's always been more of the game for me than the life or death for me. And that's what's like kept it interesting. And when it drifts away from being fun, it becomes harder to like go. Because like I want to find reasons to go, not find reasons why like I need to fit it in, you know?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I do. No, I do know. But I think that's what it is like making it a game, that part of it, a game.
Yeah.
You know, to where, look, you're never going to perfect it, but you know, just that pursuit of it and over a long arc of time, you're going to get way better at it.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, people shit on the self-defense sometimes, you know, sport jiu-jitsu or whatever. But, you know, there's a lot of applicable stuff in sport jiu-jitsu from self-defense and stuff. A lot of wrist locks, a lot of them that I've done. A lot of grip breaks, a lot of methods of getting the grip that come straight from that self-defense curriculum. So, you know, it's a big part of what we do, but it's also not all that we do. You know what I mean? Like it's so why not make that fun too? I don't know. I think that's the way it's been for me lately.
Yeah.
Is all
No, it's good.
you know?
Yeah. I think it's important that it's enjoyable because you kind of just don't do stuff that's not very enjoyable very long.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yep. And I think it too, the repping's easier because whenever you're doing the self-defense stuff, the repping's easier because if you do like 4 or 5 of the entries, all those self-defense moves, the entry is the move.
It's what I've been doing on everything. That's how I would. So since I transitioned to sweeping the way people might want to go versus trying to kick them over in the opposite direction the whole time, even the scissor sweep thing, the same way I learned it, the way I've always done it. And John would say, you know, just do this drill, work on the entry. I just did that over and over again the other way.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so I think that's, you know, applies to a lot of places.
Yeah, no, I totally agree. Yeah, you're right. I mean, generally the entry to any move is probably
in the setup.
Yeah.
I was working with somebody the other night and they're like, I don't know if it's because I suck at the scissor sweep or they're too big. I'm like, well, yeah, it's because you suck at the scissor sweep. I was like, but like, I laughed, you know, but I was like, you don't actually suck at the scissor sweep. You suck at setting it up and then recognizing when the weight's in the right place.
Yeah.
Because like, if I do this and like base into the floor, I'm not very big, but you're still not going to knock me over. But if you set it up right, then it becomes real easy and then no one sucks at the scissor sweep.
Right.
So it's kind of like recognizing those factors.
Yeah.
You know, so.
No, I agree. I totally agree.
Hopefully they took my joke the right way.
I'm sure they did.
They did. It was funny.
I'm sure they did. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, you know, when we say we suck or they suck, they know we're joking. I mean, partially.
Which partially? Yeah. No, I mean, it is funny though. Cause like, and so I've been working on the scissor sweep the other way for months.
Yeah.
And I'm finally starting to do it live a little bit. And then talking about the butterfly sweep and like, I can go the other way, but it's like not my default. But like the more I talk about it, as much as I don't want to switch like my highest percentage sweep, I'm like, I think I need to switch my highest percentage sweep and start over again.
Yeah. Why wouldn't you? Because if it's your highest percentage,
it's not that good.
Well, that's what I mean. But if it's your highest percentage sweep, if you try another way, then you've already got the basis of it.
Yeah, because like at some point I want to be like, I've got this figured out. Yeah, no,
you're not.
Look, I'm gonna lie to myself for a couple of months, and then I'm gonna come back and be like, all right, I'm going the other way now.
That is your process.
Yeah,
you're right.
That's how I roll. I know what I'm doing here in this one thing. Yeah, so no, it sucks because like I feel like I could have a better sweep if I had started the other way. Oh well. Now I have one that goes both sides.
Yes.
Yeah. Just easier. Yeah.
But you know, that's just it. That's part of it.
Yeah.
You know.
Oh well.
The longer you mess it up, I think the better off you end up. Better at it you end up.
Yeah. Well, and I don't hate the idea with those of having it go to both sides because they're so like movement based. Like because someone could pass either way. You know. Not like, I don't know. There was a time I was like, I think I need to figure out the guillotine on both sides. I just don't think I do. Now, kind of feel like that. I
What do
can
you
set
mean?
up.
Your guillotine that you do is both sides.
What do you mean?
That cheap one from the front.
That's the middle. That's the middle.
That's what I mean. It's in the middle.
Yeah. Okay, so I have 2 out of 3. I can't do it. My guillotine stinks with my left hand though. It's really bad. My left arm.
I'm pretty sure mine is too. I don't ever do it. I saw something interesting on that. God, who was it that was talking about this? This guy's name's Raspberry Ape. He's a commentator, purple belt, super strong. Love watching his fitness stuff. He does crazy pull-up stuff where he just takes dowel rods and puts them over a bar. Like, that's not the bar. And he does pull-ups. I'm like, how? First off, it's hard enough to do a pull-up, period.
No.
But to have that grip strength. But he was like, you can look at the guillotine as a submission, or you can look at it as a position. Like the Kimura. I genuinely always look at the Kimura as a position, not a submission. I mean, yeah, I might finish it, but more often than not, it's a way to get to the person's back, right? And he was talking about the guillotine being that front headlock. Yes, there is a submission there, and sure, go for it, but think of it as a position and explore the position. I think you've done a good job of exploring that position.
Yeah, a lot of people roll, and you can kind of back roll into the mount, or like log roll. Sometimes they just kind of dump to the side.
Yep.
A little bit. I've actually really struggled with finishing the mounted guillotine.
If you don't have it sunk deep, whenever you go to that mounted guillotine, it's hard. If your hands outside that trach line, when you roll. But if it isn't, then that shouldn't.
I think I should be finishing it.
Yeah.
So I think I'm lacking an understanding of how to tighten it. Like put the squeeze on with like my body versus, because like I understand it this way. I don't understand it in the pull.
Because it's more of a pull in.
Yeah, like an extension versus a crunch. The crunch ones I have got figured out pretty well.
I ever get a mounted guillotine.
I know. I just like when it happens to me, I'm like, oh, my head's detaching. And that's what I would like to figure out.
Gotcha.
I'll get it.
Oh, if Danner goes over that one, I'll check it out, because he did that last time. He did the roll. He did the rolling.
Yeah, because sometimes
guillotine.
I grab it, people kind of fall to the side, and so I'll like back roll holding it into the mount, and I try to sit up, and I've tried to like pressure down, and I can't find.
Because that's where he ultimately
good.
finishes all of his guillotines, is that mount position. That's where he wants to be.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I have to see if that front headlock's on the daily deal today. I've never watched never seen his front headlock one.
Does he have one?
Mm-hmm. It's one of his first ones.
Okay.
I went with the Kimura instead. That was a really good choice.
Yep.
That fixed a lot of my stuff. That was so boring.
It was very boring.
You were mad watching that.
Yeah.
Like you were like, I can't believe you're making me watch this right now.
Yeah. Yep. But it was good. It was interesting.
Yeah. That fixed a lot of stuff that I really struggled with. Just drilling and spending so much time making sure I try to figure that out.
Yeah. Yeah. Also want to give a shout out to David Kroll, and let the audience know that if you want someone who does a BJJ podcast, it's pretty good, that's regular at doing it, unlike us, that you can listen to the BJJ Executive. That's his podcast. He's been doing, generally releasing 1 a week, maybe 2 a week sometimes. Really good. Yeah, no, really good. But he does most of the stuff in his studio. So I helped him.
Is he by himself?
Yeah. I helped him with a little audio stuff whenever he was starting, so that he didn't have to spend thousands of dollars on a $400 setup. So his audio sounded really good out of the gate. So I don't know if he took all my advice, but it sounded really good, whatever it was he did. So really good. He's a brown belt from Dallas Fort Worth area, I believe. Dallas or Houston, I can't remember which one. But he's the guy that we've been to Origin Camp with multiple times that hurt his shoulder. Yeah. last time.
When did he get his brown belt? He was a purple belt. I thought last time I saw
He
him.
was a purple belt. He got his brown belt under.
Nice. Recently, though?
Probably about 8 months ago.
So right after Origin, though, right?
After Origin, yeah.
Yeah, okay,
Yeah.
that makes sense. I was thinking he was a purple belt when I last saw him.
He was, yeah,
Right,
yeah.
okay.
He was a 4-stripe. He was a 4-stripe
Okay.
purple belt. But he's under. Why do I always forget this guy's name?
Who?
The guy that does the butterfly stuff at Origin Camp. That's a world champion.
Oh,
Love it.
Formiga.
Formiga, yeah, Formiga. He's a brown belt under Formiga, and I think Formiga was on there too. I loved Formiga's teaching; it was awesome, really fun. But yeah, so go check him out. Give him a listen. Got some good stuff on there. Has some really high level performers on his podcast. Unlike us, I mean, we have, but just not recently.
It's true. I'm mid-level.
I'll go with that. All right. Anything else, Phil?
I think that's it for this time. We will be back at a point in time in the future.
Yep.
Could be next week.
Could be.
Could be a couple months.
Never know.
I was surprised it was January, the last one. Didn't feel like it was that long ago. But then when you were like, I'm leaving, I'm like, oh, dude, we have to do one because I know it's been a little bit.
Yeah. No, it was, January. Every few months. Good. It's good to get back
Good,
to
good check-in. Good
that's
check-in.
the old
see what's going
podcasting.
on. Yeah.
Chops off. Well, good. If you're not out there doing something to make yourself better each and every day, get out there and do it. Phil and I choose jiu-jitsu. We hope you did too.
I'm about to feed him to the sharks right now. Get him hype right now. Yeah. You know the ground is up. Yeah. Everybody that trains, you know the game. Yeah. So let's get it. Slap it up, bump it and roll. Hey. Yeah, that's the way that it go. Ain't no better way to better yourself in this game. You're feeling the growth. That's time on the mat. We put in the work. Believe it ain't easy, I know. But we train for the love of the game, the love of the art. Now slap it up, bump it, let's roll.